Buying a new car is expensive. After housing, it is the most expensive thing that you're going to buy. How to save money to buy a car or anything else for that matter? How do you save money to buy anything? The trick is to develop good habits. But how do you do that with money? Well, it is easier to show good habits by going over how you develop bad habits. So let's look at smoking, a bad habit. How do you become a good smoker? Well, you usually become a good smoker by smoking all the time, hanging out with smokers, people smoking together, making that extra effort to smoke no matter what the weather is, making sure you always have cigarettes. Briefly put, you are consistent. So how do you develop good habits to save money? First thing you need to do is to know how much you are earning and how much you are spending. This is a spreadsheet. If you don't know how to use one of these, don't worry. Let's just write it down instead. Let's look at the life of somebody in her early 20s. Finding out how much she makes is really easy. Take a look at her paycheck. Now, the really important number is the net pay. That is your revenue, and since you are paid every 2 weeks, you double that amount to find out how much you earn monthly. It's the expenses that are the hardest to keep track of. I've used my twin sister Chris as an example. We spend a lot of time buying stuff. It's all those little things that need to be accounted for when figuring out just how much you spend. How do you calculate everything? Receipts. You need to keep all your receipts. Every single one, I don't care how small it is. This is the most foolproof way to record your spending. These receipts will make your budget. These will allow you to get a good idea of your expenses. Now you know what's going on. You need to know exactly how much you are making. When net revenue is negative, you are losing money. And that difference usually goes on your credit card with very high interest rates. If you have a balance on one of these credit cards, game over. You cannot save money and have balances on your credit card. It is the first law of good finances. To make your net revenue increase or to get out of the negative, you must take out stuff you do not really need, but don't go crazy. You can't make any drastic lifestyle changes or else you won't succeed. Like all good habits, it takes a little bit of time. Can you bring your lunch instead of going to the resto? Perhaps instead of buying 2 or 3 coffees per day, you can have the first one at home. These are the good habits for saving money. This is the expression getting ahead of the game. And that is how you save money to get ahead and buy a car or whatever it is you want. So to recap, you use a budget to track your revenues and expenses. Then you cut expenses reasonably and you hold off making purchases with your credit card, which is another way of saying you don't have enough money yet. When you have enough money, then you buy what you want. That is sound money management.